The Wandering Jingasa hat is in the Wandering Ronin set, but is weirdly the only piece that uses clay. Real-life Jingasa are made of various materials, but at least to my knowledge, not clay. If this is a reference to something, then I don't know, but I'll leave it at that. Before 1.0.5, the healing potion used to not have the stripe it has today. With the only differentiator being shape, it was easily confused with the lesser healing potion, so the stripe was added. The teapot is made of bone china, a type of porcelain made partially using animal bones. This is evidenced by the bones in its crafting recipe. Jungle roses used to take the place of jungle spores, but they were made into a vanity item in 1.0.6. You used to be able to craft an ivy whip and such with them. Despite appearing to be several times the size of the small bee, the large bee only has double the health and 5 more damage. The candle requires 1 gold or platinum and a torch to make. The peace candle requires 2 gold or platinum and a pink torch instead. I guess that little handle really does make it twice as expensive. Sunflowers are the opposite of tombstones, as they hold opposing influence when forming a graveyard biome. This has no relation to Plants vs. Zombies, to my knowledge. In 1.3, the flask of venom used to only state that it inflicted venom, but now in 1.4 they changed it to say that it inflicts acid venom on your foes. After all, the buff name was changed. Strangely enough though, the tooltip still says that it inflicts venom. The peckish debuff that is seen on the constant worlds is the blue background seen on buff icons, but is unremovable, rendering it a debuff. Mothrons are somehow attracted to solar eclipses, meaning they can detect cosmic events and predict where totality is, or I guess annularity because of how solar eclipses work in Terraria. Maggots with 22% bait power are listed as somewhat attractive to fish, while 25% bait power worms are listed as especially attractive. I guess that 3% bait power matters a lot. On a side note, the 15% bait power grubby was modified from especially to somewhat attractive, so I guess Relogic is trying to make their bestiary entries consistent with one another. Krypton, xenon, and argon are all gases that can be used in fluorescent lamps. However, their colors in-game do not match what the actual gases emit in real life when they are put in such lamps. The underground snow biome is initially generated in a trapezoidal shape. The projectile fired by the chlorophyte claymore is predictively called the chlorophyte orb. Both the adamantite and ghastly glaives share a name type. This is similar to the mithril and orichalcum halberds, except the ghastly glaive is not a hard mode ore thing. All yo-yos have the same use time of 25 ticks, or around 0.416 seconds. This is seen as fast in-game. Teleporters are made of foreground blocks, meaning it is actually possible to hammer them. They still work in this way, even though it feels super wrong. Rolling cacti do just about 2/3 the damage of a typical boulder. Of course, cacti bounce and explode as well. Very strangely, Cursed Inferno makes enemies take slightly more knockback, 10%. This is weird for a fire debuff. Hearts are a literal item in Terraria. They can be placed in the inventory through inventory editing, and are uniquely invalid for duplication in journey mode. Unlike the normal mimics, the present mimic has a tongue sticking out, similar to the biomimics. The most popular mod of all time since Tmod DLC released on the Tmod Workshop is Magic Storage, followed by Calamity Mod and Calamity Mod Music, predictably. A few other notable mods like Boss Checklist, Recipe Browser, Lights and Shadows, Alchemist NPC Calval, and Fargos are also high on the list. Also, a lot of QOL. If you look closely at the Key of Night, you can see the lower pin or lever on the key is longer than the upper one. This is reversed from the similar looking Shadow Key. The zoologist is actually a victim of a curse, with her being cured of her curse in the credits. This results in her losing her ears, hairdo, and tail. The cyborg used to have a straight antenna on its head before being switched to a side-mounted light. All of the dogs in Terraria share similar shapes except the corgi. In Chinese, the game uses diminutives to refer to the dogs, with Gogo for dog, Malmi for cat, and Tutu for bunny. These names sound cuter, like Doggy Kitty and Bun Bun, I guess? That's how it sounds to me. Before 1.2, apparently lava used to cause drowning as well. It was changed when they added honey, which can drown you. Must be a very sad way to go. You used to need to kill 20 marine animals at the minimum to craft a Neptune shell, 15 goldfish, and 5 sharks. Now that it's dropped in Creature to Deep, you only need to kill 50 of these on average, or 25.25 on Expert, if you're feeling merciful. Bunnies are not created equal. Domesticated bunnies are apparently 50 times harder than those in the wild. Must be great. Ale is much more price effective to get drunk on, with it costing 50 copper per minute of intoxication. Meanwhile, the high-grade sake from the Traveling Merchant costs you 125 copper per minute. What a scam. Before 1.3, Pinky was just a regular slime that dropped 1 to 2 gel. It really wasn't worth it to kill then, other than the 1 gold it drops, of course. The elf melter's internal name is Eldmelter, which is a misspelling. And finally, the bat wings lose 2 supporting bones and craft into wings from the broken bat wing.